pool, I bet. And they are going to scout each other pretty quickly, though. They're showing that HoGiL is not checking for an expansion there. He sees the drone going up now, though, so it's going to be a later expansion for ZerO. So ZerO is going to have the expansion a little bit later. Now this is interesting that we can look at the supplies, and HoGiL's actually down to 9 supply, back up to 10 as well, because he basically couldn't afford to get any drones before getting his pool again and his gasket. Getting that expansion early put him a little bit at risk, and if he tried to delay and getting more drones to replace the drones he built or he spent, then he'd be in trouble. Anyway, so gas now being mined for ZerO. This gas is also coming in actually almost the same time for HoGiL. A little bit earlier pool for ZerO, but I don't think it's gonna matter at this point. Actually, it looks like he went for a 12. Yeah, he must have gone for a 12 pool. I don't know why I was thinking 11, because he had 12 and he used one to get 11. So 12 pool for ZerO versus 12 hatch basically for HoGiL. So a little bit of an advantage to HoGiL at this point. A little bit of a risky build considering. He's going to go for lair first as well, and now immediately go for speed. In addition, he's got both. He's got speed researching now too. Anyway, I'm not sure what. ZerO must have both going already also, because he's building up gas. So there his expansion goes up. Curious to see what's going to happen here. If ZerO's going to have to try and put some pressure on. He's running a couple Zerglings around behind. There we just see him now to try and see if he can snipe any drones. He was successful at sniping drones the first game. Runs in. Oh, is he going to get that drone? Nope. Going to have to fall back. But again, forcing him to stop mining a little bit here. And this is a game where, you know, HoGiL squeezing out another drone again. More Zerglings mounting up, though. This could be bad. He's actually got extra Zerglings. He's good on the Zerglings, but now he's putting up more Zerglings. This is a game where you have to get as many drones as possible. And so you have to kind of squeeze them in where you have that opportunity. ZerO doing a really good job of putting the pressure on here. He knows he's outmatched with those Zerglings, though, and he's going to run. Nope, never mind. He's not going to run back. He can always run away as long as he's got speed at about the same time. He can always run away. So it makes sense to keep trying to put pressure on there, but he can't really engage right now. So it is actually smart to run back home. He's actually going to get a sunken colony at his front door too. I like that move. Getting a little static defense to give you a little bit of an advantage so that you can defend. He's getting a second gas already as well. Wow, so he was probably, I mean, he was putting pressure on with not that many Zerglings, and he was probably getting out a few extra drones in the meantime as well. ZerO, however, at 21 supply compared to 24 for HoGiL, and I think actually the reason for that is because of that sunken colony. So, and he's got a couple extra Zerglings, so they're about even as far as armies go if ZerO's defending. ZerO actually sending out a good squad of Zerglings, though. Looks like about a dozen Zerglings. Oh, that's not a good place to engage. Whoa, almost got caught out of position there. He's going to run. Oh, almost snipes his Zergling on the way back. HoGiL putting out lots and lots of Zerglings here. We may see him try and do the same sort of thing that he did in the previous iteration of this game, where he sent out Scourge first and engaged with a lot of Zerglings and forced the Mutas back with his Scourge. Something like that, since he is getting a lot of Zerglings here. Oh, somehow that Zergling survives with 6 HP left on it. I just said HP. I thought I was in Europe for a moment there. Anyway, mutas are out actually for HoGiL. Both players getting their mutas out, and ZerO actually, I think he started mining his extra gas a little bit earlier. I'm not certain, so he has a little bit of a gas advantage in the bank at least. He's going to be able to take advantage of that. You know what I'd like to see is like a carapace upgrade for ZerO or something like that. That would be slick to see if that happened. You know, if this turns into a longer game, that could be a major advantage. Some sort of a timing tack. Oh. Is that Overlord gonna... Oh! So close to killing that Overlord. One more volley would do it, but the Zerglings are coming out to reinforce. I'm sorry, to kind of counterattack, and oh, he left the Mutalisk alone. Oh, Mulus goes down. That's 100 minerals that he needs. He actually pops out an Overlord to replace that one. He must have started building it as soon as he knew that one was under attack. But still, that's 100 minerals that he's not spending on a couple extra drones or some extra Zerglings. ZerO still behind in supply though. Still at 42 to 48 supply, so that is why he has to defend here. He's got less Zerglings. And that just comes down to the fact that he has successfully defended his 12 hatch, and so he had a little bit better economy going in there, was able to squeeze out an extra drone or two because he had an extra larva or two. And now they've paid for themselves by this point. So ZerO a little bit behind right now is going to have to do something to catch up. And he's trying to catch up right now by hiding behind that sunken colony. And whoa! Whoa, that is a lot of Scourge out for ZerO right now. He's going to try and go in and wipe out the Mutalisk army with a lot of Scourge. It's going to be hard for him to micro against that many Scourge. And part of this is that the Scourge are kind of defensive as well. If he can take out another... Nice! Takes out another Overlord. Beautiful. If he can take out a drone... Oh, he goes in and engages the Mutalisk a little bit. A little bit poor micro, just a tiny bit off, but he throws a lot of Scourge at HoGiL's army. I didn't see how many of them landed there. Now ZerO's in a little bit of trouble though. He's going to have to fall back. The round of 16 of the OSL is on the line with this rematch game, and it is very, very close. ZerO's managed to even things up a little bit. He's at 42 to supply to 49. So it looked like he took out a little bit more with those Scourge than I thought he did. It must have been the case there. Now he's running in, trying to get some more attacks in there. ZerO has to depend on his micro. Oh, takes a Scourge hit though. He really needs to pick off those Scourge with his micro. He cannot afford to take any Scourge hits because he needs to do some catching up, and killing off Scourge is one way to do that. Turn with the Scourge, yes! Turns with the Scourge, tries to engage the Mutas. The Mutas do turn away, but he does land, I think, one. The others get taken out. HoGiL bringing in additional Scourge. Both players bringing in additional Scourge. Are you going to be able to... Nice! Picks that off. Actually, I think that one might have landed. He picks that other one off. That Mutalisk in front is almost dead. He picks it off. Both players engaging with a lot of Mutalisks. I think HoGiL has a slight advantage here. ZerO, I think, knows that he's trying to micro around a little bit. He's trying to target fire. He's trying to move around to stop HoGiL from target firing as well. But HoGiL has a lot of damaged Mutalisks. He must have taken some Scourge early because those Mutalisks have very few hit points. ZerO, with not very many Mutalisks left, though, has to turn tail and run back home. Very, very intense battle there. ZerO looking a little bit discouraged, though, looking a little bit worried. He's now 10 supply behind. Not very, very good in a game of, only 40 supply. 29 to 39 at this point. Very, very bad situation, and that means I would like to think that that's all on Zerglings, but it's not. It's that he won that air battle basically. HoGiL did at least. Zergling's gonna run in here. It's gonna die, but it's gonna. Oh well. Saw how many Zerglings he had. He was gonna try and get a drone, I think, but I think that was more for scouting to see what HoGiL's drone count was, because he needs to see if, okay, do I need to catch up? Do I need to get some extra drones to win this? Because, even though it's risky to do that, sometimes you just need to take that risk and squeeze in a couple extra drones. Sometimes there's just nothing you can do about it. Getting the supply evened up a little bit. I'm curious what their economy is. I haven't seen their drone counts very much recently. We saw HoGiL had about 7 or 8 minerals drones. I haven't seen what ZerO has lately, but ZerO is slowly catching up. We're at 43 to 52 now. I guess that's kind of catching up. Yeah, 46 to 53. So he's barely catching up a little bit here. Just barely. Anyway, both players just kind of, okay, 1, 2, okay, I think he does have 1 or 2 less drones on minerals, yeah. So ZerO behind on econ, he needs to squeeze out a couple more drones, or either that or run in and kill some drones. Now, uh-oh, HoGiL's moving out with a lot of Zerglings. He could be going for a major attack here. He could be trying to finish things. Going out with his Zerglings, a lot of Scourge, a lot of Mutalisks, a lot of Zerglings out in the open though. Is he going to bring his Zerglings back? I don't know, or is he going to try and depend on that sunken colony? He can't depend on that sunken colony. He needs his Zerglings back. Zerglings in the middle of the field. No! No! He's microing his Mutalisks. He's not paying attention with Zerglings. ZerO may just lose the game from that alone. He's fighting with his Mutalisks, but in the meantime, all of his drones are going down to the Zergling fire, and oh no! ZerO is going to lose this game. ZerO is going to be eliminated in the round of 36. HoGiL with a smug smile on his face almost sits back from his keyboard there and there's GG coming from ZerO. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Wow. A major disappointment for this commentator, but props, mad props. Gotta give props to HoGiL there for playing splendidly. And you know, I mean, it took a little bit of a risk with that 12 hatch. You know, but it paid off for him, and he didn't let that advantage go. He almost let it go a couple times. ZerO tried to force it from his grip, but his grip was strong and was not dislodged from his superior position, and just maintained that advantage over time, the entire time there. Anyway, ZerO trying to get that sunk down and try and, you know, get things going, and there's the Star Girl trying to take a picture of herself with HoGiL. That's kind of cool. Anyway, that's my favorite Star Girl, by the way. She has this strange look to her. It's always kind of cool to look at her. Anyway, there's Zeus, the hype coach, coming in here and giving HoGiL a little bit of a hug, congratulating him on his win. And I guess I have to congratulate him as well. He played really well, and especially considering how close things came in that first game that he had the rematch. Wow, that was just amazing, and especially very disappointing for me again as a ZerO fan, considering the fact that HoGiL had basically beaten ZerO. He'd killed all of his drones, and still ZerO, through sheer eliteness, came back and forced a stalemate. Just amazing. Anyway, not sure what I was saying. Oh yeah, too bad that ZerO lost, that's what I was saying. Hope you guys enjoyed this set at the very least. Thanks very much for watching. GG, thanks for watching, and I will be trying to... don't have a ton of time these days, but I actually have plenty of time, I just don't use it very wisely. But I will be trying to put out some more Brew War games here pretty soon. But again, check out Nuke the Stars and Ranch and Deja Vu, they're doing some stuff too. GG, thanks for watching.